Sup Flare Squad, welcome back to my channel and to another video. We're actually doing a K-drama review. I believe this is my first time ever doing that, and I'm thankful for collaborating with KCCLA once again to do a K-drama review on the drama called The Penthouse War in Life. Not only did I hear a lot of really good reviews about the drama, I've also seen memes, but also speculations that the props team might be like BTS fans. So that was really interesting. That's how I first started noticing this drama, was because of those. Warning, because this is a review, I'll be going over spoilers later on. Spoilers will begin at 4:13. Alright, so I'm going to start with my first impression about the series, starting with the first episode. Now, I just didn't know what to expect, y'all, because I didn't watch any teasers or anything. I just jumped into the first episode, and literally, it started with a bang. There's fireworks everywhere, there's this party going on, and then all of a sudden, you see this girl falling out of a 100th floor luxury apartment building all the way down to her doom. I'm like, we are starting pretty dark. Then it skips 2 months prior, leaving you with this murder mystery element. You do get a feel for the drama in just its first episode. Literally so many things happen, such as bullying, sexism, adultery, vengeance, and social inequality. This drama clearly depicts how the elite class could do whatever they want, anytime they want, regardless of the consequences, while the unprivileged just struggle to obtain even a simple dream. It also depicts how people turn towards evilness in order to protect themselves and their family if left with no choice. The storyline revolves around wealthy residents living in a luxury apartment called the Hera Palace, and a family with a lack of money and power. Their goal is to have the children get admitted into Chonga Art School. It's interesting because we follow both the rich and the poor characters. Now, at first, I was overwhelmed with all the characters that were being introduced, but don't worry, guys. They do a pretty good job introducing each one and then highlighting each of the characters so you can learn more about them. Each scene was captured with intriguing camera angles, making you feel more engaged, and the production of the series was well budgeted. I also do want to mention the actors and actresses were so amazing, y'all. I felt like they chose the right actors and actresses to play those roles because it's like they really make those characters come to life. Before jumping into spoilers, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my personal rating of this drama, and that would be an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, I highly recommend watching it if you love drama, suspense, thriller, mystery, plot twists, and comedy. People have described this drama as makjang, meaning to take things too far, and that is so true when it comes to this drama. They do take things too far, but it's kind of like you like it. Now, my only tip to you guys is that when you do start this drama, don't be shocked with all the screaming, all the crying, the dramatic music. Trust me, it does calm down a little bit throughout the season. Maybe by like the 4th episode, it does jump into more like plot twists and all that stuff, and less, actually I can't say less screaming. There's gonna be screaming, but don't worry, you'll get over that. This drama literally kept me on my toes, you guys. It was like my eyes were glued on the screen because I didn't want to miss any information. There wasn't a lot of, what you would say, like people would call it filler episodes. I didn't feel like there were any filler episodes. It was just jammed with, not jammed, girl. It was just packed with a lot of information, which just keeps you on your toes. There was a good amount of character development throughout the first season, although some characters did go back to their old ways. Let's just say that. Alright, time for spoilers, you guys. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, go ahead and click out. I am gonna go through like the timeline along with my review and my personal opinion and reaction. So let's start. Off the bat, the family I was rooting for was of course Yoonhee and her daughter Rona. They play the poor side of the hierarchical ladder, and I gotta say Eugene did an amazing job playing the role of Yoonhee. I also really liked Shim Suryeon, even though she was part of like the rich family, and she was basically the queen of the clique in the Hera Palace because she lived in the penthouse. Like, she was just very kind, humane, understanding. She was just like graceful, beautiful, elegant. Another character I liked off the bat was Leigh, a recruited tutor who disguised herself to make ends meet. Now her real identity is Minsola. Even though she was not on the rich end, she ended up ranking #1 and got into Chonga Arts with her own talent. Now because of this, the rich children, I'll just call them rich children, y'all, started to bully her. From there, things just escalated very quickly, which led to her death, which we saw in the first episode. Now, we're left with who is the murderer? This series is like the definition of plot twist, y'all. And you begin to start seeing that during the second episode, where we find out that Suryon's husband, Ju Dante, has been manipulating her the whole time and is basically the main villain of this drama. We later find out that Sola is actually Suryon's real daughter. And I was just like, girl, now this woman is literally out for vengeance. Not only did she see her daughter fall to her death, but she witnessed, or more like not witnessed, she realized that the rich family was the one who covered up her daughter's death. Dante and Sojin kidnapped this girl, put her in the basement, and threatened her because she recorded their affair on her phone. So that's how it was just a mess, girl. Now I feel so bad for Minsola's character because she was just literally trying her best. She showed that talent could get her somewhere, but it's just like she was working a bunch of these like part-time jobs. She was intelligent, she was talented, and the sad part about it was that she didn't find out who her real mother was at the end, and that her real mother had money. Like, she would have been well off. That's the sad part. She would have easily gotten and obtained her dream. Episode 4, y'all, it was just plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. This is when you begin to see the rich family and the children start to fall apart because they are just paranoid about the death of Minsola. I could honestly say at this point I did want to take a little break because there's just so much going on. It's like you can't breathe. It's like you just want to give characters like Yoonhee and her daughter a chance to succeed, and so that's why you continue to watch, because you want to see them succeed and also see the villains like fall. Then a turn of events happened during episodes 7 through 8. Now Yoonhee purchased Minsola's old apartment building that was for like dirt cheap because people thought she committed suicide at her own place. The property was then announced to go through a massive redevelopment project, meaning Yoonhee will now be rich. And it was really cool to finally see Yoonhee and Suryon start to interact, because these are like the main two characters that you really want to support. Now they're joining hands and you're like, yeah. Of course though, we know that Suryon is actually just using Yoonhee as her way of getting back and getting her revenge. But it's kind of like a win-win situation. Suryon is getting her revenge while Yoonhee is getting rich. And hold up, can we just real quick talk about the amazing female leads? I just love how they're highlighting strong, independent, intelligent women. Now I just want to put that out there. Episode 9 is where you start to also see a power shift over from Sojin and Dante to Yoonhee and Suryon, which was like, yes, we love to see it. Then finally, y'all, one of the moments we were waiting for. Yoonhee finally becoming a resident at Hera Palace and seeing the other rich families' reaction to it. That was like one of my favorite scenes because y'all, it made me feel good. Logan Leigh. I know a lot of people ended up falling in love with his character throughout the series. It's like you really wanted this man on the same team as Yoonhee and Suryon, because it's kind of like they're like the power team. That's the thing though, like throughout the series, it is sad to say, but money does play a big role in this drama. It's like the reality of it is, as long as you're rich, you could do whatever you want. Then, yeah, okay, other than, you know, Yoonhee coming into the Hera Palace, Suryon revealed to everyone, well, like everyone, like the rich families, that Dante and Sojin have been in an affair. She also said that they locked this young girl up to hide their affair. Like, Y'all, I just want to rewatch that scene again now, actually. But it was like as if weight was lifted off my shoulders because I just wanted people to know. Yo, okay, now we're on episode 15. This is where Yoonhee exposed Sojin to her father. Now, at first, I was so upset because the father acted like he didn't care what Sojin did, even though like she exposed his daughter to him. But then we find out that Sojin's father ended up taking her down, or not taking her down, but made her sister into the director of the Chungha Art School instead of Sojin. Sojin gets into it with her father. He ends up having a stroke and then rolling down the stairs, and she legit watched her father pass away in front of her, and she did nothing because she wants to stay as the director of, is it that director? Am I saying that right? Is that what it is? Director, right? Just whoever leads the school. But let me say this real quick. The actress who played Sojin, her name is Kim So-yeon. She literally shined in this episode. Like she throughout the series, she's an amazing actress, but like this episode literally made her acting skills shine. You see her character start out as this composed and confident woman, and then you slowly see her start to crack and turn into this unstable and deranged, I don't know, psychopath. Legit. And she did such a good job just like transitioning into that character, and you really get to see her shine. But of course, y'all, this is when episode 16 comes through, and it's like all my dreams and my hopes just crumbled. It legit crumbled in this episode. I wanted to I was in denial. We found out that Yoonhee was the murderer. By saying that, okay, she was drunk, she was blackout drunk, she didn't remember pushing this girl off, she didn't intentionally do it, but that's no excuse for murdering someone. I could see how the writers wanted you to side with Yoonhee, thinking that, she was a victim and she's innocent and you want to support this character, but she's actually the killer. Y'all got me, y'all. It just became a lot more frustrating because after Yoonhee realized that she was the killer, she was just trying to hide it. And I got so frustrated during episode 18. It was so easy for me to dislike, I can't say hate is such a strong word, to dislike Yoonhee when she became so desperate that she teamed up with Dante to basically stab Suryeon in the back. Although after all that mess, I did get a good satisfaction during the scene where Suryeon kidnapped the rich parents and then made the rich kids watch their parents suffer as they confess to covering up Min-sola's death. That scene made me also laugh at the same time. Not only was I enjoying them suffering and confessing, and it was just funny because it literally looked like a Universal Studios theme park. Like they were in a bus locked up, there was fire effects going on, explosions of the water, them going through a obstacle. I was cracking up, y'all, because it looked like Universal Studios. So after this mess, you do see Dante and Sojin fall. Police came to Sojin's office with a warrant, and detectives arrested Dante for embezzlement. It was satisfying to see. But a moment of silence, y'all. Of course, the satisfaction didn't last very long. Suryeon ended up getting tricked by Dante. She went into his office and she got stabbed. Then Yoonhee was also another victim. She was tricked into coming into the office and labeled as the murderer. So both of them were tricked. It was really sad to see it all, the plan fall apart in just one night, literally. So at first, Yoonhee was just gonna take all of the blame. She didn't even bother trying to fight the fact that she was not the one who murdered Suryeon. But then she remembered what Suryeon said to her before she died, and I guess that's when she revealed that she was not responsible for the murder and to reinvestigate the crime. After she got her sentence, she was then sent out into a vehicle to be sent to jail, and then Logan comes in, swoops her. At first you think, yo, he's saving her, but he actually kidnapped her to try to kill her himself. But then, y'all, the ending really got me. She stabbed herself in the neck. That is, I don't know. I've already finished the whole season and I'm still like speechless with the ending, because it's kind of like you're rooting for all these good guys and all of a sudden the villains win at the end. Both of the two main female leads that I was like rooting for are now like dead. Well, with how they ended with Yoonhee, they made it seem like she was dead on the ground. But of course, we don't know how season 2 is looking, but I'm super excited to see how season 2 turns out. I feel like more plot twists. So it leaves you with a huge cliffhanger. Like, are the villains going to be the real winners in season 2? Is Yoonhee really dead? Like, what is Logan Lee gonna do now that it seems like he's by himself in this team? But yes, that's all I have for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to click that like button and also join the Flare Squad by subscribing, you guys. Thanks for watching.